I came here in 2006, we were still using the merchant program, which is basically a correspondence program. The guys would take tests and everything was on-the-job training. 2006, we sent our first apprentices through what is now the COLT program, starting off at Marion Technical College in a partnership with them. We've come tremendous ways since then and seen some invaluable programs coming out of that. The facility we have now is so much greater than what we started off with. It allowed not only the training programs for our linemen, but skill assessments, pre-employment assessments, all of those type of things.
It's been a pillar of our safety program. We use COLT from entry-level screening and assessments to determine pre-hire physical requirements. We also use them to determine our gaps for those that have experience in the trade. We've gotten really good feedback on those evaluations. The facility's fantastic. Having the indoor and outdoor allows us to train year-round, get more students through that. And then in conjunction with that, COLT is now coming to us in the form of the COLT program that helps with observation on site. So we get a really good look at work practices here, coaching engagements, and we've really been able to kind of connect all those dots.
The COLT program in itself is very beneficial. I think it's very interesting, watching the employees mature through the 4+ years of going to COLT. At the end of the day, there's a tremendous amount of experience that they gain, not only from the classroom, but from their peers, right? That they bring back from their daily operations, and they share these experiences and the experiences from the COLT instructors as well.
I'd say going to COLT has really gave me the career. I mean, that's where I learned how to do my work and how to do it safely. I mean, without COLT, I think it would have been twice as long for me to learn the stuff that I needed to know versus a 5-year period. So COLT has really helped me out in that aspect.
COLT has definitely been a benefit to my future as a lineman. Coming in to URE with no experience, the growth and the maturity level for me through COLT is real.
I would say it would be life-changing for Holmes Wayne. Coming through the program as a lineman myself and not having that COLT program when I started, I'd have gave a lot of things to have had that opportunity that the young men have today and women that go into the program. But so we've been part of this program from the start, and it's accelerated drastically over the years to an awesome program that we have. To me, one of the best in the nation, if not the best in the nation. We've got some really awesome instructors here that really give our young gentlemen apprentices a great base of knowledge. Obviously at the co-ops back home, they get the on-the-job training, but to have all this available to them is unbelievable for them to go through all the different sequences on how the processes that they need for in the line work. So it's been instrumental for the apprentices.
Our apprenticeship is very much in line amongst cooperatives across the state. We're using the same work practices, similar systems. It's benefited us from mutual aid response, helping one another, and the Journeyman Refresher Program, we've seen a lot of value in that, of those that didn't go through a technical training program have been able to take advantage of that as well. So a lot of continuity and benefit to us.
We've been using the pre-hire assessment from COLT for a number of years now. Generally, we're using it for when we're hiring for apprentices, ground workers, and it was amazing to me the first time that we used the program, and we had 4 potential employees that we took up to COLT and did the assessment, and how the rankings changed after the assessment, right? So people can interview pretty well, but when you actually put them in a situation where they have to perform a task or something, different characteristics and traits will shine on different people.
Just recently, we took 5 young men down to COLT. Before we went down there, we had a perception in our minds of who was going to do well and who wasn't. And as it happened before, we had what was going to be our best candidate, we thought, actually came in last. So it just goes to show you, they can sit across the table from you and you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?
We can
see a lot of things through the interview process. But when we get them down there and we can see how they work and how they take instruction, it lets us know that we're going to be picking the best of the group. We usually take 2 to 3 people down there at a time to try and see how everybody reacts to different scenarios, and we feel that we've made some really good hires because of that assessment.
A linemen are not all the same. So, taking them up the Colt and giving them the opportunity to show us what they understand as far as requirements and performing tasks from cover up to climbing, and what their skill sets are and where we would rank them. And then at the end of the day, Colt is able to provide a list of classes through the Colt program that they recommended that the A linemen take up to refresh themselves or kind of bring them up to co-op standards. So that's been pretty beneficial as well.
The COLT program's in line with what we teach here at South Central Power. We work hand in hand with the instructors at COLT, and when our guys come back here, they bring things back to the crew that sometimes some of our guys haven't had the experience yet or went through that exact program. So they're able to work with the other guys on the crew and help out and let them know what's being taught at COLT.
Safety, it's paramount here at our organization. The consistency that we've seen has been great, and we're really able to get a good look and instant feedback and shore up those gaps as we recognize them.
So I personally never had a chance to go through the COLT program, and we have some other linemen here that did not go through that program, either. So I find it very beneficial that our new group of guys coming through get to go through it, that our journeymen that never had the chance to go through that program now do. When they come back, there's a lot of excitement in their voice about what they learned, what they bring back to the crew and stuff, and it's a very overall positive experience.
So each time you go to COLT, you learn just a little bit more, you get just a little bit better. But 2 things that really stood out to me were grounding and cover up or rubber gloving. So learning to ground the proper way and why we do it, and being able to implement the proper procedures for the job you're doing will keep you safe. And safety is #1 priority. I want to go home at night just like everybody else does.
That the instructors up there are awesome. I've got to go up there quite a few times with pre-assessments and stuff like that, and they're very open to new ideas. They're very honest feedback for us with our pre-assessments. So it's just a great experience.
And that is the key. You can have the best facilities in the world, but unless you've got the instructors, it's not going to be the same. It makes my job easier in that I know we are getting quality people to do our line work. They come in here and they're being trained properly. They're being trained the safe way to do things. I'm not going to be worrying at night that they're not doing things safely. They've been taught the right way to do them.